I'm Dylan Baines, coming at you live on behalf of Footbin to drop what I believe is one of the most meta formations, combining a 5-back with the meta 4-3-2-1 in the AFC 24. As you can actually see with this formation, it lines up similar to the 4-3-2-1, yet one of your midfielders has been substituted into the attack, and going forward you have 5 attackers in a 5 front line, but then coming back in defense you've got a 5 back as well. So setting up in the attack you've got a 2-3-5, and in the defense you've got a 5-4-1. Now in terms of the tactics, in terms of the defensive style, we're going to leave this unbalanced. As we have iterated before, you need to learn how to defend manually, and if you watch a lot of the defending tutorials on this channel you will know what that means. We are defending with the right stick and we are facing up manually when we jockey in the AFC. Hence we're leaving this unbalanced. We're not relying on the AI to put pressure onto the opponent, as it will just drag them out of their position. In terms of width, it's a rather wide formation in nature, so we're going to have this set to 45. It's going to be the same with the attacking width as well, as you will see just a little bit later on. In terms of depth, we've iterated this before. If you are a more advanced defender, you know how to squeeze, you know how to manually select your defenders and keep that shape, then 70 depth is for you, simply because we're able to put a bit more pressure into the opponent further up the pitch and hopefully win the ball back a little bit quicker compared to someone who's going to sit back a bit more. And that is where it brings me in to say you should use 44 or below if you're a less advanced defender. Get used to keeping your shape, keeping your plays in that structure before learning to try and press someone and win the ball higher up the pitch. So if you are advanced at defending, it's 70 depth. If you're a less advanced defender, I recommend sticking to 44 until you can get that right stick switching down pat. In terms of build-up play, yet again, this will be unbalanced. Our instructions are dictating where our attackers will be, hence we don't need a different build-up play style with this formation in terms of chance creation. This is to be left on direct passing. As we iterated with the 4-3-2-1, it's important to have those options, specifically the 3 centre forwards coming towards the ball to offer passing options for you, so you can build up with that direct passing setting. It's also very useful for getting away from high press. That's why direct passing is the setting for the chance creation tactic. In terms of width, as I said, it's 45. It's a wide formation in nature, meaning we don't need any more width added. So I've dropped it down to 45 in terms of corners and free kicks. Yet again, these are to be left on 3 each. Now, moving into the instructions where the bread and butter is. In terms of your 3 centre forwards, the central centre forward is to be left on stay forward. He is going to be the only attacker staying forward when in that defensive structure. You will notice with these instructions, your defense will set up as a 5-4-1, having your striker, your central centre forward, on stay forward. In terms of the right centre forward and left centre forward, this is where it gets interesting. They are both to be on comeback on defense, and what that will do, what you'll notice, is they will drop back on the left mid and right mid areas on the pitch so that they set up as the wide players in the full midfield line. Moving down into your 2 central centre mids, they are to be left on cover centre and stay back while attacking the 2 central CMs to your 4-man midfield. And in terms of the left mid and right mid, yet again, they are going to be on comeback on defence. That is so they sit back on the wing, back areas, and the width areas to your centre backs, leaving a 5-man back. In terms of the centre backs, they are all to be left on default, which is of course stay back while attacking, as well as your goalkeeper to be left on default. And I will add a slight disclaimer at the end of this player instruction segment. If I didn't mention a change to a certain player instruction, it's to be left on default. Now in terms of the build-up strategy, this is rather interesting because it kind of offers more options for you in the centre of the pitch. We've got 3 centre backs, we've got 2 central centre mids and 3 centre forwards. However, we do have a lot more width this time because we've got the 2 left mid and right mid attackers pushing forward and giving you more options in the attack. really, when you think about it, it's more defensive in nature because it's almost as though the central centre mid has come back in between the two centre backs and is providing a third defensive player because your two wing backs or two wingers are dropping back anyway, giving us that 5-back formation. However, what you will notice is in the attack, they are going to push forward and they will give you those attacking options in terms of the left mid and the right mid. You're going to be building up through the centre and then you'll notice them pushing forward, and that is your cue to come wide. Because when you come wide, you drag the defence. When you drag the defence, you open up gaps and spaces in the centre. So that's why those width players are so important for this formation. Specifically, you should be using high stamina players that can run all game long without getting tired, and hopefully your wing backs, or at least your wingers that you have in those positions, will have high stamina. That's the 3-4-2-1, a meta formation incorporating the 5-back as well as the 4-3-2-1 attacking strategy. Very meta, very overpowered. You should definitely have it in your attacking arsenal.